Welcome to this video showing the user experience when hot desking. So, same user account as before, Leanne Fisher. This time Leanne's on a different machine. We're actually on workstation number 2, so this is not Leanne's primary device. So effectively it's going to follow the rules for non-primary device, so where primary device equals false. And in that case it does an app-v installation. Now again, because of the dynamism of the system, Leanne's logged in, and because the app-v process is in this instance is just going to extract the icons, because we're going to deploy the application on the fly upon first launch, we can actually see we already have the icon on the desktop. In later videos you will get to see the status messages that appear on the screen to reflect this, but effectively that's already there. So the application from the user's perspective has been deployed. If I go into the software center, obviously the application we've seen in previous videos, we will actually see in here that the application is listed as installed on the machine. So as far as this is telling us, very similar to the conventional installation, the software is installed. So from that point of view we can't tell the software installation is any different. However, we will see that the installation is actually different based on A, how the software runs, B, for things like program and features. So as you can see, we've currently launched the application and we get the status message information from app-v, and we get the app-v icon in the taskbar. So because this is downloading the application on the fly as we're talking, the application launch will actually be slightly longer. So we can actually see here we're just sort of, again, downloading the application and loading the application for the first time. So hopefully we're getting close to the application launching. Now, one of the key things to remember here, because we're deploying this as a virtual application, when the user logs off and sort of moves away from the machine and someone else logs on at this system, this application is not available to them. They can't even go and explore the system and go and find the executable. So unlike a traditional application installation platform, whereas you could install an application on a per user basis and the application will actually be potentially available for anybody, because if someone could go and find the executable they could potentially run it. Here there is no executable for them to go and find. So as you can see, we're just interacting with the application now, going off, opening some files. Hopefully I'll open the correct file in a moment, and you will get the picture appear. And obviously if I wanted to interact with this the same way as before, I can do. And even though despite it's a virtual application, obviously it's performing just the same way as it was as if it was locally installed, because the application is running locally. We're just sending the content to the machine on the fly to get the application launched. You can see here in programs and features there is no GIMP listed. So as far as the OS is concerned, this application isn't actually installed on the machine. So that really just highlights how an app-v application launches and loads initially. So what we'll do in a second is we'll just close the application down, and you'll see the status message telling us we're closing the application. We'll then launch the application a second time, and what you'll see here is, because effectively that initial download has now been done, we're not going to throw that information away while this user's logged on. So effectively the subsequent launch was very, very quick. So we can see obviously the virtual application's working quite happily with the system, access to the user data. So we can use this model in a whole range of scenarios, as we will see later.